The Writers Guild strike has put many popular TV shows on hold until their demands are met. What does this mean moving forward, and how can artificial intelligence impact the future of writers and our economy? Today, we're speaking with a local personal injury attorney about his thoughts on these questions. The attorneys at Ashton and Price handle all matters relating to accident and insurance litigation in Northern and Central California. Today, we have Craig Fontaine Ashton, founding partner of Ashton and Price. Welcome, Craig.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so Craig, every time we have you on, we're always talking about very timely topics that are going on in news. Can you first give us an overview on the difference between informational AI versus generative AI?
Right, so informational interactive is like Alexa or Siri or Google.
Okay.
So you say, what's the capital of Bulgaria? And it goes, Sofia. You go, wow, I'm smart, and you're smart. So the point is, it's interactive. You can say, get me from point A to point B, and that's basically you asking a question and then information being transferred to you. Generative AI is totally different. So it's new text, image, video, audio, or computer programming. So it's basically artificial intelligence creating something completely new, which is a totally new ballgame in regards to its impact on everything we do as human beings, especially the United States of America.
Okay, so we're talking about how AI is going to be impacting a lot of jobs, and one hot topic right now is the writer's strike going on. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So the Writers Guild of America, so for the first time ever, usually they talk about royalties, or they talk about their pay, or they talk about residuals, but now they're talking about putting in writing in their contracts to make sure that the writers are protected against AI writing scripts or outlines, or adapting books and or magazines or short stories. Super important. They call it the Nora Ephron effect, which is they're worried that ultimately you can take like Sleepless with Seattle, Nora Ephron, or You've Got Mail, and put it into an AI and it would spit out a script which would be just like Nora Ephron. Or same thing for superheroes, right? Well, what do you need writers for? And so the creator of Parks and Recreation said, I could imagine in 2026 that we would sit down and negotiate if we don't do this now, and they said, we don't need you.
Right.
AI is writing all our scripts and people like it. So it's really going to create an issue, and might have to have labeling, artisanally human created.
Yeah.
Versus, processed.
Yeah, do you foresee this possibly happening? Because I'm just thinking along the lines of AI, you don't have to pay them as much, which is unfortunate because we appreciate our writers, but do you see that happening with script writing moving forward?
Well, yeah, anything like that. So they're having, right now, you can go on Apple as a publisher of a book and choose a AI-generated voice to read the book. You can already do that. It's happening with video games already. They're doing it with movies already. There was a contract with Netflix to say that we get your voice and we can alter your voice with technology known or known in the future forever. And that's in their contract. They go, whoa, hold on a second, because what's going to happen is you get a database of voices that right now is happening to us on Instagram or TikTok, and then that goes into the internet. People can use that and create a new voice, and then boy, it can lead to fraud, lead to all kinds of legal issues, as well as issues that require some sort of compensation based upon intellectual property. Yeah,
and the writers, I mean, they're putting their foot down right now. There's the strike that's happening. We're seeing it impact. We're talking about MTV, their music awards that are coming up. They've been postponed. They're going to pre-tape them. Drew Barrymore dropped out. There's a lot of popular TV shows that are on hold right now. Do you think this strike is going to make the impact that writers are hoping for?
Well, yeah, they're going to have to really hold strong on this one, because this only happened like 4 months ago. So the OpenAI is a San Francisco company, ChatGPT, basically funded by Microsoft. So it is just a brave new world, and they're saying, well, if we don't get this in writing now, and we're going to basically be out of a job 5 years from now, just to talk to the typewriter manufacturers, or the horse and carriage, or taxi drivers with Uber. The economy is shifting, and if you don't put something in writing now to protect that intellectual property, but here's the safeguard.
Okay.
The Copyright Office has said, Trademark Office has said, Copyright said, if it's entirely generated by AI, you don't get to protect it. And so that's going to be the protection, because it was just like with the Washington Redskins, which they couldn't protect the trademark and the copyright because it was disparaging to Native Americans. They had to change the name. So if you have scripts that come out that are generated by AI, Warner Brothers may use it, but Paramount say, hey, it's fair game. So that's how they're going to protect themselves, old school legal issues associated with copyright and trademark.
Oh, can you talk about the impact of generative AI on medicine, art, education, and the law?
Here's the thing. So when it comes to safety, so in the 1990s, we had 2 pilots. We haven't changed that, even though that technology has advanced dramatically in the last 30 years, totally, because we're worried about safety. Same thing with radiology. AI can read x-rays and MRI scans, but we say, no, there's too much of a health issue. So when it comes to safety, we're very reluctant to allow computers to make the final decision. When it comes to entertainment, When it comes to other things that are about convenience, we're a little bit more likely to allow for it. So that's going to be the dynamic. The give and pull is probably going to require labeling, which is just like if it's non-GMO or organic, it's going to have to say AI generated. Because right now in Wikipedia, they have a real problem because it's basically a lot of non-attributable, basically authenticated issues that are created by AI that aren't real. And so people are relying upon fake information to make arguments, which in the legal realm that I operate in, you can't do. Because if you're making fake arguments to a judge, you're going to lose the case and you might get disbarred.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're going to have to stay tuned to see where goes and what happens. Craig, always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you very much for having me.
You bet. And you can find out more by going to ashtonandprice.com. Tomorrow.